Welcome to the second part of the measurement of the landscaping works. Um, let's continue on the measurement on the hedge plant, which we referred previously in the previous video, W16.3, that mentioned the quantities of the hedge plant should be measured either in number or in linear meter. Okay, it has to be described, the botanical name, the height, spacing, and the number of rows, and the layout of the hedge plant. So this is how you describe planting hedges. This is what we call as the botanical name, the height of your hedges. So in this case, you should refer to your drawing. So including watering, seeding, cutting, and additional fertilizer. And these sentences, if you refer to your SMM, you can get it from there. So that's why in the previous video, I mentioned the principle in doing this description is that you have to understand the concept. Okay, so including watering, weeding, cutting, additional fertilizer until satisfactorily established within the duration of contract. And remember, you have to mention the number in your slip sort paper. And another example, this is a Botania robusta, the botanical name. The height is different, so you have to bear in mind, you have to look at the details carefully, space, and so on. That's why when you look at your drawing later on, you have to table it in a tabulated table so that you wouldn't miss any point. Okay, herbaceous plant. Herbaceous plant should be referred to W16.4. So in the SMM, it stated that herbaceous plant shall be enumerated or alternatively given in square meter. So previously for H, it is enumerated and in meter, but herbaceous plant should be enumerated or in square meter. So botanical name, okay, it has to mention the botanical name, the size and number per square meter. Any requirement for watering, weeding, cutting, and temporary facing, fencing, and the like shall also be stated. For example, planting herbaceous plant. Okay, dahlia is the botanical name, and the height of this dahlia herbaceous plant, including watering, weeding. Okay, if you measure the herbaceous plant in meter square, you should mention as well the number of the herbaceous plant per meter square. Okay, as usual, you have to mention any additional work such as watering, weeding, cutting, and additional fertilizer in the description as well. Remember, students, when you do description, it's like talking to another person, telling them, hey, this is the things that that needs to be done. This is the type, this is the height, this is the details, and these are the works that need to be done together with this planting works. So you have to tell them carefully. So if possible, memorizing the description is not advisable, but you need to be able to draft your own description based on SMM and based on the drawing. Can you do that? Okay, let's try. Protection of plant, you should refer to tree guards. Okay, it's W16.7. So in the SMM, protection of plants such as tree guards. Okay, the sprays wrapping shall be enumerated. Enumerated means in number, stating the size, height, and the girth of the tree or spread of the plant height of a wrapping. Okay, this is an example of the tree protection of a tree, either tree guards and wrapping. This is how you describe. Again, in numbers, you have to calculate one by one. Okay, protection to plant, what will be the overall height, what will be the girth, and types of the tree guard. Okay, these are the things that you can get from your drawing, either in the details drawing or in the specification. Okay, again, you have to measure in numbers or enumerated. And some trees or plants need to be wrapped because in Malaysia we won't find this very much. It's normally for a four-season countries. Whether to protect the plant from a cold weather, it's like us going to a cold countries that we have to wrap ourselves because it's cold. The trees need protection as well. So it's a wrapping to a tree to protect the tree from a physical damage and modification of the immediate environment. So the quantity, it should be referred to 16.7 as well. It should be measured in meter square, stating the height, the girth of the trees, and the height of the wrapping. Okay, protection to plant, overall height, mention the girth, the types of the wrap, okay, and the size, and what are the details that being specified in the drawings. So you have to include that in. And another important point that I would like to highlight, why your descriptions, your unit and your quantity need to be accurate, because contractor or a QS will later price their estimated project based on these details that provided in your measurement. Later to be translated in the PQ. So you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful. Okay, protection of plant, anti-descent spray. To protect plant from winter burn injury. Winter is cold, but some plant cannot withstand the cold weather because it's frozen over there. So it sometimes can be very extreme, which is below 10 degrees Celsius. So it has to be protected. So protect the plant. Okay, you have to mention the height, that's right. And then you have to leave, okay, the width or the girth. Okay, and then the types of the spray. Okay, applied strictly in accordance with the manufacturer recommendation. These are the details that you can get from your drawing. Item is still in number if you refer to section W.16.7. So mulching is to protect the moisture under the planting bed or the trees. Okay, it also reduces the weed growth and stabilize the soil temperature. So it is very important for a mulching for certain type of weather and condition of the soil. So it should be referred to section W16.6. In the SMM section W16.6, mulching after plants around individual plant shall be enumerated, which means in number, stating the thickness and area, any requirements for tree pads, type of mulch, time, and method of application shall be given in the description. So let's look at the types of mulch that we have here. Okay, coconut fiber, dried grass clipping, compost grass, and shredded wood. And then sometimes they use gravel, rubber, and plastic. So you should check back your drawing. You have to check what type of mulch that they use for they use in that particular drawing. Okay, this is what we call a mulching bag. This is to stabilize the mulch. So you have to mention that as well. Okay, this is an example. Mulching bed, shredded bark. So this is a type of the mulch that they use. 50 mm thick, spread evenly immediately after planting. So this is the instruction that you give to the contractor. It should be in meter square. And this is another example using polythene sheet for mulching. Okay, if you mulch to individual tree, it should be measured in number. You have to mention the thickness, and area of mulch applied, type of mulch applied, and time to apply the mulch, types, and method of applying the mulch. Okay, this is in number. Previously is in meter square. So the mulch to individual tree, shredded barks. This is a type of mulching. Spread evenly around the tree. 50 mm thick, that is the thickness. And mentioning the approximate area of 0.5 meter square. But this will depend on the details in the drawing. You should be able to get information from there. Okay, if you have a different type of mulching, it should be described differently. Okay, that will be the end of the lecture for... Okay, that's the end of the lecture for today, which is the part 2. And I'll see you guys again during the discussion via Google Meet or Skype. If you have any question, please ask. Till then, I'll see you guys again. Have a great day, everyone. Assalamu alaikum.